Okay. Starting the Invisible Hours. This is chapter 2. If you have not watched the first part, I recommend watching it. It's basically an interactive movie, although I wouldn't really call it interactive. It's more of just observing everything and looking at objects. You're pretty much invisible, and you can rewind time, fast forward time, pause time. As you can see right now, it's paused. This is the beginning of chapter 2. Our host of the party has been murdered, as you can see here. And basically the point of the game is to find out who murdered him, and there's a lot of little side stories and twists and all that stuff. So this is the detective who arrived at a party, and we're just going to pick up where we left off. Again, definitely watch the first video if you haven't, just because the story picks off right from there. And here we go.
What about Victor Mundy? I thought he did it.
I'm going to talk to everybody.
Why did you lie about being a detective?
I didn't lie.
You didn't tell the truth.
All that matters is bringing this killer to justice.
I have a right to know who I'm stuck in this house with. Why did you say you weren't a detective?
Because a real detective doesn't make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes. You look like you could use a drink. I know where Tesla keeps the good whiskey.
No, there's work to be done.
So who do you think killed Mr. Tesla?
It's a little early for that. But I have my suspicions.
Who?
Mr. Edison!
You think it was Edison?
Go.
I'll check the rest of the house.
I am a respected inventor, detective, not a dog. Don't call me in such a manner.
Sit.
I see you don't drink the house whiskey.
Your cologne smells very expensive.
It's rosewater. Same scent that Mozart wore.
Ah. Hoping some of his genius would rub off on you.
I already am a genius.
Isn't that what they say about you and Tesla? That you are the Salieri to his Mozart.
You've got a damn nerve.
You knew each other well, didn't you? At best you were rivals, at worst enemies maybe. Yet according to the papers, Mr. Tesla out-invented you time and time again. Have I got that right?
Nikola Tesla was no more my equal than you are, detective.
Then why come all the way out here?
Perhaps you should lay off the booze, Mr. Gustav. It pushes a man's mind in foolish directions.
You came to kill Tesla, didn't you?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Well, if you didn't, why are you here? Why are you here, Mr. Edison?
Because I wanted to know what he meant.
About what?
Tesla said if I came, he could make my mistake undone. I wanted to know how.
What mistake? Oh, I assure you, I will find out either way.
A man like me receives dozens of unsolicited designs every day. Some of my inventions may have been, shall we say, inspired by those designs. And somehow Nikola found out. He called it my great mistake. Dear God, I do hope this isn't your will. There's barely a word spelled correctly.
So, you stole your inventions. You're not a genius, you're a thief.
You can't put a steak in front of a wolf and expect them not to eat it.
Tesla could have ruined your name. That's a powerful motive for murder.
You think I would really tell you all that so willingly if I actually killed the man?
Well, in my experience, people tend to tell a little truth to hide the bigger lie.
Brilliant theory, Detective. But I'm afraid I must exonerate myself. Follow me. Heel. Mr. Vanderberg! Mr. Vanderberg!
What are you doing?
Murder is a matter of motive and opportunity, yes? Evidently, you're stupid enough to believe I was sufficiently motivated. But let us now test your little theory and see if I had opportunity. Where the hell is that boy? Probably got stuck in a pile of his father's money. Mr. Vanderberg!
If you had an alibi, Mr. Edison, you would have told me by now.
I didn't expect to be accused.
All right. Where were you when Mr. Tesla was killed?
I was alone in my room.
Not a very good alibi, is it?
I don't remember hearing yours. Maybe you killed him.
Hello? What's going on?
Tell him what you told me. About what you heard. You heard a woman. Tell him.
Well, a few minutes before you arrived, I heard something.
What?
Someone, a woman's voice, arguing with Tesla. It must have been moments before he was murdered.
A woman's voice? Whose voice?
I don't know. I was upstairs in my room and the storm was too loud to hear what they were up in arms about.
At that time, there was only one woman in this house.
You think she killed him?
Mademoiselle? Miss Bernard?
Oh, she seems pleasant enough. But they say she used to be a whitetail.
I'm afraid your American slang is lost on me, Mr. Edison.
Well, that's probably for the best. Just remember, she's an actress. She lies for a living.
Bonsoir, gentlemen. Have the police arrived?
No, not yet. Would you please come to the dining room, mademoiselle?
I'm not sure I can entertain all three of you at once.
Just me, Miss Bernard.
I suppose that'll do. Ooh la 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 la. You all look very serious.
You knew
A
the door
man
wouldn't
did
open.
just die
You
here.
lied to me.
But the show must go on, no? Shall we?
Oh, there's a scene I'll be watching later.
Mr. Vanderberg, don't wander off too far. I intend to speak. So you're famous, Miss Bernard.
You flatter me, Monsieur Gustave. But an actor does not seek fame. We seek only truth.
Then we have one thing in common. By the way, Mr. Vanderberg says he heard you shouting at Mr. Tesla at the front door, moments before he was murdered.
Then Monsieur Vanderberg is a liar.
Really?
The butler let me in, not Tesla. He showed me to my room, and there I stayed until you arrived.
Well, if it wasn't you that was shouting at Mr. Tesla, then who?
I don't know. Perhaps we should have a seance and ask him.
Why did Tesla invite you here?
Just because you're handsome does not mean I will give up my secrets so fast.
I am an officer of the law. This will go as fast as I want it to.
But you'll get so much deeper if you go slow. Let's play a game together.
I'm not interested in games.
But you are interested in the truth. In this game, we'll take turns. You answer my question, and then I will answer yours. This way we both get what we want.
Go on.
Do you like me?
Doesn't everybody?
I only care if you do.
Why would you care?
Is that your question?
Oui.
Because if the most dangerous man in the house likes me, then I'm not in any danger.
Oh, I'm not dangerous.
Oh, what a pity. My turn. Monsieur Detective. Is there such thing as a mystery that cannot be solved?
2 men on a roof. One fell off. There was no way of proving whether he was pushed or he jumped.
The perfect crime.
My turn. I think you came here because Mr. Tesla told you he could make your mistake undone. What was that mistake?
I made no mistake.
No?
No. Somehow Tesla knew a secret that I never told another living soul. I didn't want him dead. I wanted to know how he knew. What's this?
It belongs to the man I called outside. Something is burning. Stay here.
His name is Victor Mundi.
Is something burning?
Monsieur!
I smell smoke.
Monsieur, please! Please!
What's this about?
Us working girls never forget a face. Even we ain't worked in years. I remember that night. You took me off the street in Whitechapel all the way up to that fancy hotel room. And then... nothing. You didn't touch me.
Why are we talking about this?
Because I know why we didn't do anything. You're trying to fix yourself. Trying to teach yourself to like girls. Can't learn that, can ya?
What do you want? Do you want money?
No! Just tell the detective you didn't hear my voice. It wasn't me.
And if I refuse?
I wonder, does Daddy know about your little secret?
What about you? Do you like hiding the real you under that shell?
You wait out there. I'll call you. Au revoir, monsieur. Au revoir.
Where were we?
Detective, I wish to be honest with you.
Oh, I thought you were honest all along.
I know who killed Tesla.
Who?
Victor Mundi.
And you know this exactly how?
I just know.
You
Why else would he run away?
Remind me, what was your alibi?
You can't seriously believe what Vandenberg said about me. The spoiled little nouveau riche. Call him in here. If I am to be accused, I want to hear him say it to my face.
Can see somebody walking up on the wall.
Well, I certainly seem to be at people's beck and call this evening.
You told Monsieur Gustave that you heard my voice right before Tesla was murdered.
Not exactly. I said I heard a voice.
No, you said you heard a woman's voice.
I was the only woman in the house. That is an accusation.
I can't be sure that it was a woman.
May I remind you that you told me quite plainly that you heard a woman arguing with Mr. Tesla moments before I found him dead.
I wasn't being entirely truthful.
Then be truthful now.
It wasn't a woman.
Why would you say it was?
Mr. Edison is a very passionate man.
So?
Passionate men are best agreed with when their blood's up. Honestly, I think the voice I heard was a man's.
A man like Victor Mondi.
I don't know.
Mr. Vandenberg, either you were lying then, or you are lying now.
This is the truth now. Maybe somebody else got into the house.
No. Victor Mondi tried to escape. That means he's guilty.
I will decide who's guilty and who's not guilty. How would somebody else have come into the house?
The butler's blind.
Mr. Swan! Get out, both of you.
Okay, so that's the end of chapter 2. I'm going to go back. Now it's time to check out the other scenes that I missed. So I'm going to pick off where we left off. We started here. We're just going to pick off right where we left off at the start, except we're going to follow a different character this time. We're going to follow her.
I'm going to talk to everybody.
Why did you lie about being a detective?
So once she takes off, I'm going to start following her. Okay. And here we go.
Then why save me?
Ah, Mr. Swan. There you are. Do you have a moment? Well, he's dead, so you can drop the act.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have it your way. The lock. The door. He changed the lock. I want the new combination.
What door?
The door. You know the one I mean. And if you don't give me the combination, I'll tell everyone the truth about you.
Madam, we have never met before, eh? I think perhaps you have me confused with
The
someone.
detective and I found Tesla dead. Then you showed up right there and then he asked you, besides us three, how many people are there in this house? Do you remember what you said?
No?
You said 4. 4 other people, which is strange because at that point you didn't know Tesla was dead because we hadn't told you yet. Which means you should have said 5.
It was just a mistake.
Maybe. Maybe you miscounted. you killed him yourself.
Madam, that is absolutely
Or
untrue.
perhaps there's another explanation. You could see he was dead. Because you're not blind at all. Are you?
Madam, I assure you, I have been blind my whole life.
Tesla may be dead. But if people found out you lied to get your position here, they'll send you back to where you came from. Back into chains.
I am blind.
There's enough suffering in this world already. I'd hate for you to be dragged back into your old life. I imagine it wasn't very nice.
But madam, I am blind.
You're blind.
Yes, madam.
Very well. Then you're no use to me.
No.
There you are. Give me the combination.
I didn't see it clearly. He was always in the way.
Tell me.
1, 7, 1945.
You've saved a very important life today. Believe me. Just make sure no one gets into the basement until I'm done. Why keep the secrets of a dead man anyway?
Because that is what a good man should do.
And was Tesla a good man to you? Those marks on your hands. I know what they are.
Marks on his hands. Oh, okay. Alright, we're gonna keep following her. Back to the basement. Oh, she left the gun there. Apparently that didn't work to open the safe, but she left the gun down there. Plot twist.
You knew the door wouldn't open. You lied to me. I'm not to be trifled with.
Wait. I know what happened. There's a second lock on that door.
A second lock?
Yes, it is electromagnetic.
What does that mean?
If you want to open it, you must turn off the voltage regulator for the whole house.
Where's the switch?
Outside. Go out the front door. Turn right.
Ah, that explains the fire.
Foolish. The second I go outside, you tell the detective I'm trying to escape and he shoots me.
But madam, you can trust me. I swear.
I can trust the man who's been lying to every single person here. No, you're going outside.
I do hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all, sir.
So you were just standing here in total silence.
No, sir.
I was just thinking about you, Mr. Swan. About how you have the access to all the food and drink in this house.
Are you hungry? I will prepare a supper.
No, I'm not hungry. Just curious. I don't believe we've met. I'm the Thomas Edison. And you?
My name's Jill.
Miss or Mrs.?
I suppose I'm...
Sounds complicated. So, did you know him well?
Who?
Tesla. Who else?
I'm not sure one ever knows a man like him.
And you two? You know each other?
No. We worked for Mr. Tesla at different times.
You worked for him as well. How interesting. I thought there was only one person here carrying out Tesla's orders. He didn't like me much, did he, Mr. Swan?
I am sure I don't know, sir.
I'm sure you don't. Let's drink a little house whiskey. A toast. To Tesla.
I don't care for the test, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's the truth.
Stop. I want to see him drink first. Drink. To your master.
See, he believes that the butler poisoned him due to the bottle of wine in chapter 1, which the other guy was gonna kill himself, but he ended up not drinking it, so kind of goes back to chapter 1 here.
I would prefer not.
You'd prefer not.
What are you doing? Stop it!
Drink it, you son of a bitch! I know exactly what you did, you pigeon-livered little wretch, but you can't kill me!
I didn't do anything.
It was Tesla's final wish, wasn't it? I want to hear you say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The whiskey, upstairs. You poisoned it!
No. That wasn't me.
Then who was it?
I'm not at liberty to say.
The hell you're not.
Who was it?
It was another guest.
Which other guest?
I cannot say, sir.
So you're in cahoots with them?
The whiskey was not meant for you. The person who put the poison in there intended to drink it themselves.
What are you talking about?
They were going to commit suicide.
Kill themselves? Why? Who?
The person in question had a change of heart. I don't think they would want me to mention their name. It's a private matter.
But what if the person wanted to kill themselves out of guilt for murdering Tesla? Then we have a right to...
No. That was not the reason. I am quite certain of that.
Then what was the reason?
Old pain from an old wound.
Hogwash!
Getting towards the end now.
Word of this. If you didn't do it, I demand to know who poisoned my drink! You wait right here. I'll be back.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
The kitchen.
That's not what we agreed.
Well, that was before I got hit in the face.
Go and do what I told you. I have to get inside that room.
I have to put something on this.
My patience is wearing thin. I'll tell them, don't push me.
Push you.
Doesn't seem to be anything else in there.
There can't be that many cuts of steak in there. Choose one and get moving.
Is he gonna kill her?
You should know. There's only so much a man can endure.
Believe me, women are no different. How long are you going to stand there? I said, how long are you going to...
Please! I just want a moment of peace.
I don't have time for this. I've suffered too, you know.
Madam, I don't know you, but I know I would win that contest.
No, you wouldn't.
I had a son. A good boy. God knows I loved him. But I abandoned him. So I could escape the men who called themselves my masters. God knows that too. Japan all the way to America, but even here, even now, you people still all want to control me. But you don't understand. I already have a master. My master is my shame. The shame I feel for leaving my boy. And now I realize.
You told Monsieur Gustav that you heard my voice right before Tesla was murdered.
So, you tell them whatever you want. You cannot control me.
That you told me quite plainly that you heard a woman arguing with Mr. Tesla moments before I found him dead.
I think I've been trying to force you to help me because I was afraid if I spoke you would kill it. I don't want to control anyone. I just want to get inside that room.
Mr. Tesla promised me some money to start a new life in this country. But he left me nothing. There must be a lot of money in that room for you to care so much.
You can keep what's there.
So it's not money. What is it?
A chance to make my mistake undone.
It means a lot to you.
It means everything.
Okay. So she doesn't want the money. She wants something else down there. He wants the money in the thing. Okay. We'll head back to the start once again. And then we'll follow another character. So we followed Flora, we followed Oliver. We've not followed Augustus at all this chapter, so we're gonna follow him this time. He had a little time here. I have not seen what he has to say, so we'll give his story a look now. First thing first is to find him. Okay, that guy actually we have not followed either. There we go. Seen a little bit of his, so I don't have to watch all of it again. Okay.
Secret door.
You look guilty.
Why do you say that?
Calm yourself, boy. People murder for personal gain. What more does a Vanderberg have to gain in life? It would take you 10 lifetimes to spend all that money. So, where were you when Tessa met his grisly fate?
Upstairs.
Ah. But how do you know that's when he died?
Well, it must have been some time between when that woman was shouting at him and when the detective arrived.
What woman? I'll be back. An incantation for astral projection.
Is he actually gonna get this open? Guess we'll find out. Yep. Ooh, what is down here? It's the basement, but on the other side of the house. This is the side that goes up the other side of the house. That's cool. So it kind of just connects the underneath.
Hello?
Okay, so this is when he goes
Tell me
back.
what you told me
Okay, seen this part.
about what you heard.
So we're gonna go follow that first guy now. Actually, let's make sure we didn't miss anything else with this guy. He might go back down to the basement. Yeah, right here. So he is. So this part, I actually don't have anything accounted for him. So I'm gonna find him again, Augustus Vanderberg. So this part, I need to find him. Okay, it's these two talking. Okay.
Gauche. I suppose that's a gentleman's word, is it?
That's kind of you to say so.
What's that?
It's, a spirit radio.
And what does a spirit radio do?
Well, Tesla said it was a means of contacting the dead, but you'd be a fool to believe that.
So why are you carrying it about then?
Well, it's a fine machine. And I appreciate the fine things in life.
I know you do.
I'm sorry?
William Turner.
William Turner.
He was an artist. He painted ships alone at sea, each of them at the mercy of a grey storm. I know how those ships feel. And when he died, and I was in the clink, I sent a man with all my money to buy me one of his drawings. I couldn't afford one of his paintings. I just wanted something small. And at that same auction, another man, a rich gentleman, he swarmed in and snapped up every single item for himself. Cost him $500,000, so they say. Snatched it all out of reach of the common man.
William Turner didn't leave a will. It was a public auction. And it was the right of any man to do what I did. And if it's any consolation, my father called it a waste of family money. He doesn't much care for art. Perhaps if another man, like say Mr. Edison, had died, and I bought up his estate, perhaps he'd be more grateful.
Am I to care what makes your father grateful?
No. I suppose not.
I've pulled a man's throat out for less than what you did.
Would you excuse me? I don't feel very well.
Manners maketh the man, young Mr. Vanderberg.
Belongs to the man I thought of, like something affirming.
You gave me a wonderful gift.
Okay. So we've seen all his scenes. I think the only one left is Victor Mundy. Everybody else we've followed. Tiny bit of his I'm missing. Tiny bit of his I'm missing. The last part of Edison I'm still missing. I'll give that a quick follow. So, oh, Gustav Vanderberg, Bernhardt. I actually don't know where Edison is right now, but I will find him. He's probably upstairs. Okay. That's when those two are talking. Yeah, he's got to be upstairs. In fact, Gustav's going up there, so I'm guessing that's where this is going on. In fact, why don't I just follow Gustav and see where he's going? Because there's nobody else up here that I'm aware of. There he is.
What's going on?
Somebody was trying to burn this document.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. I was downstairs.
I have a feeling
What does it
it's
say?
the
For
criminal.
goodness sake, man, what does it say?
It says other death.
What does that mean, other death? What other death?
Indeed.
It could be instructions for the killer.
No?
Other
This
death.
is Tesla's handwriting. Did you happen to see anybody else come up here?
No. No one but you. You smelled that burning from downstairs?
I did.
You've quite a nose.
Edison, anything else?
You're famous,
No,
ain't you?
I'm just an engineer.
Yeah, hold on. You're that inventor. Thomas Edison. You came up with a gramophone, didn't you? Which means you know how machines work. Things like this.
Where'd you get that?
I found
I
it.
could have sworn Mr. Vanderberg had one just like it. Where's he?
I'm not his keeper. Maybe he's dead.
Why would you say that?
They're just words. We can say what we like, can't we? Come here. Actually, that's a lie. I do buy it, but I need you to show me how this works. Now come here.
I'd rather...
Now. Now.
Okay. So he wants to learn how that machine works. I have a little bit left of these people. So we're gonna go first part of Sarah Bernhardt we need to follow. Oops. Where is she at? Actually, I don't know where she is at this point. Although I have an idea. Probably up here. Because this is right when she saved him from choking. Yep. Okay. And away we go.
Why?
Because I want to know who spiked my whiskey before I announce that I know it was spiked. It's good to have one person I can trust.
It is. Rather liked him.
Not that it's any of your business, but he let me go. Most people are be alone with me.
I like dangerous men. They tend to like me.
I can see why.
Wait. Why do I feel like we know each other?
Perhaps you haven't a memory of the future.
That's a high idea for a low man.
A low man.
That's how you seem.
I get the feeling that most people in this house aren't what they seem. Thought I'd join the club.
Were you in my room? Why were you in my room? Monsieur!
I was making a mistake.
A mistake?
Look, I'm not stupid. You don't love dangerous men. No one does. But I came up here to open your mind. But the truth is, a woman like you wants to get into the veins of all the men in the house. Tell them what we want to hear, and then when the killer does step into the light, all those infatuated men will protect you. I think you find safety in their adoration. I don't begrudge you. I just ain't gonna fall for it, that's all.
You are an insightful man.
Yeah, it's because I find my safety in their fear. I don't have your looks, you see.
So this is not the real you.
Oh, I'm everything I say I am. I just don't want to kill everyone I meet. I think that'd be nagging.
So, we are both acting then, huh?
Or lying. What's the difference?
An actor can be trusted.
All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players.
You know Shakespeare?
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, fine as this, my lips too black to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
But she knows who he is. I think she's just planning on killing him eventually. Okay, so we saw her scenes. Follow Victor around the little bit I missed him, and that'll actually be it. I don't know what there really is to watch Tesla for, but maybe I'll watch Tesla also.
Good pilgrim.
Oops. Daisies. Alright, there. Zoom.
You do wrong your hand too much.
Oh,
Which mannerly devotion shows in this?
never mind. I thought it was at the end of the
Saints have
chapter.
hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm.
So she doesn't know who he is yet.
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou less faith turn to despair.
Saints do. Yes.
Thus from our lips by yours, our sinners purged.
How did this happen?
Just good luck, I suppose. You've lost someone, haven't you? I could tell.
Yes.
Man?
No.
Husband?
Mademoiselle? Is Bernard?
I will be
Who'd
back.
you lose?
Okay. So that's the end of following her. I think we've seen everything. Yep, okay. Thomas Edison. Okay, Victor Mundy's the only person left I haven't followed most of the storyline, so we'll just follow his couple of skipped parts. It actually looks like only one part right here. So I'll follow this last part. Oh, not this far. Okay, should be right over here where I left him. A little too far? Shoot. Oh, right, this is when he's downstairs, if I remember correctly. Over there. That's when he goes up. I don't think anybody's outside. Okay, that's when they're talking. I feel like he's over here. There he is. Okay, last part. And this is when he asks how that machine works. Okay,
Tommy said.
that should be it.